Well, hello folks, welcome along to episode 1 of our 13th season here at RFC Liege. Oh my god, it has been a busy transfer window. Let us get into it. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you might think that coming back to see Liege play their arch nemesis Standard will be the highlights of this episode, but it has literally all been going on in the background, and I think we need to unpick what is going on. It's been a fascinating pre-season, an absolutely fascinating pre-season. It's going to be a lot to get through in this episode, but we will be seeing the game against Standard. We've got a little competition coming up as well for you guys, just to spice up the series a little bit. And we'll have a look what has been going on. Let's dive in. Right then, so where to start? Well, there is only one place to start. We are starting with the board. Now, this is interesting because somehow, at some point, even though I'm pretty sure throughout the whole save it has been internal takeovers, we have been taken over by a consortium from the United Arab Emirates, headed up by Abdulaziz Abdullah Al Sheikh, with his managing director Mohammed Rashid. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? And I think this might explain why we were called into the office after a poor run, because we do have maybe a slightly less considerate owner, but with that lack of consideration does come a slight loosening of the purse strings, which is good. And they're still wanting us to ensure the club's reputation is not financially damaged, or the club's financials aren't damaged. But then they go and do this. Very early on into the pre-season, this popped up. Yeah, so they have shelled out £6.25 million to expand the Liège Stadium by over 5,000 seats, and that is a significant amount. That takes our capacity up to just under 15,000 seats, so I'm pretty pleased with that. It's only going to take, it's going to take less than a year, which is always good, and I thought that was great. What I didn't realise is they'd taken out a £6.25 million loan to afford this, and I have now got to pay that back along with everything else. So, well done, guys. And then they followed that up with this little gem from the board. They're disappointed I'd failed to repair the club's financial damage when they had literally just shelled £6.25 million on a new stadium expansion. What? As long as they don't sack me for their own mistakes, I don't really mind. But what that does mean is we are in a bizarrely slightly better situation, because we are at the Liège Community Stadium for this season, basically, which is Standard Stadium, which is a capacity of 40,000 people. Now, I haven't actually looked at this, but we have played one home game in the league. Previously, we had just around 9,000 as our top capacity. So did we actually manage to beat that? We did. So we actually had a record. I'd like this to be a bit better, and it might be today, but potentially we could seriously expand our fan base due to this sort of change. Okay, so that's crazy thing number one. So they have allowed things a little bit more breathing room with the wage budget. They've given us a transfer budget. They pumped, even though they spent a loan of £6.25 million in, they pumped £5 million into the bank. So we've got almost £2 million in the bank for a short period of time until we fritter it all away. But that's exciting. So I mean, they are happy to clear the debt from time to time. So, we may not be in a terrible situation. Right then, so on to the transfers. Let's have a look at who has left, first of all. The sad players who have been released. Alexis Untermack, one season he's gone. Lawrence Van Zwam has gone. Charmel, the goalkeeper, has gone, and you won't remember this guy, Yuri Muens. He is also gone. We've also, all the loans have disappeared as well. And in addition, this season, some youngsters are left, none of whom are worth talking about. But Raphael did go. I didn't really feel that he brought much when he came onto the pitch. We could have looked to develop him, but we got almost 150k for him, with a big old sort of sell-on fee or sell-on percentage if we get that, or if he gets sold from STVV. And Fred Bayer has just left the club to Helmond. He's gone for 100k, potentially rising to 175k, and again we've got a 30% sell-on fee. So I'm pretty happy with that. You'll see we've got two players who have come in. So one of the things that Old Lady Plays suggested is to spend a little bit more thought on the transfers. And I agree, some of them have been a little bit hasty. So these two transfers are ones that they've been on the cards for a long time. I've just not had the money to do it. And so we have blown the budget, not really, but we have gone big in terms of the wages for Mitja Pigia, who I think is a Slovenian international. He'll shoot me for that. Who I think is a really quite good looking player. I don't think we have had anyone who looks this capable in front of goal in terms of finishing. A 16 finishing, very nice. First touch 14, very nice. And then he's got really good composure when he's in front of goal, so that is going to be important, as well as really good decision making. I like all of these things. Good anticipation as well. Concentration isn't bad, and his physicals, apart from his strength, again, all very, very good. The one little worry in all of this is that combination of poor work rate with low strength, and I wonder whether that is going to be a problem. He has a good personality as well, fairly determined. I think he's got a lot going on for him. He's not the biggest guy in the world, and that might be an issue, but potentially we could play him alongside Van Herk, or we could play him up front on his own. And I think I'm hoping he is going to be a good player. I've been looking to loan this guy in for about 3 seasons, but he's just wanted too much money. In the end, we have paid 5k per week, which is the biggest wage we have given to anybody, but I'm hoping he is worth it. Let me know what you think of this guy in the comments, because I'm quite excited about him. And I'm hoping he can be the difference maker, the one to take us up the league a little bit. Having 2 goal scorers potentially in the team is going to be massive if that's what happens at the end of the season. I think that could be the big difference. The other player, Jesse Robert, is someone I tried to sign last season and it didn't go through. He decided to go elsewhere. He is from Tahiti, of course, the hotbed of football. But what I think he does bring to this team is a really solid ball-winning midfielder. He is fast to some degree. He's brave. He's going to get into the challenges. He's got really good heading, but not particularly good jumping reach, which is a fascinating combination. But he has got that lovely marking, tackling combination, also with reasonable passing and vision. But he's got high work rate, high teamwork. There's a lot of things in there I like about this player. So I'm fairly excited to rotate him with Saidi. And I think last year we didn't really have a player to go with Saidi. I didn't think De Vos was good enough there. I think he was a poor pickup. I think this guy could be an awful lot better. I don't think he needs ridiculously high acceleration. I really don't. I think he can deal with what's coming at him with that, because he's got players behind him, some of whom have got reasonable pace, and he's got players around him to do that. But what he can do, hopefully, is to read the game and make the challenge, hopefully. But let me know what you think of these 2 signings. There's a lot. I put a lot into these 2 signings. I'm pretty happy with them both. I mean, it's a 3-star player. I'm I think he could be much, much better than that. Right then, so we're about to go into the game. You've seen the transfers. You haven't seen the results actually up until now. So we started off with a game against Salzburg, which was a fascinating 4-4 draw. I think that's great against Salzburg. They're a 4-star team. Pikiga, I think we'll call him, got a couple of goals, Yakwat and Masic, and that was a great start. And then we beat Peterborough. But then our first game of the season was a bit of a disaster. We lost 4-0 to Antwerp and didn't deserve to get anything out there with a better team, and I was worried. But we followed up with a 4-1 win over Union SG, which was very, very good. Player of the match, completely deservedly, was Fez Delanoy, 2 goals, 2 assists, and Pikiga got himself 2 goals. So everything looking good at this point. We played Dines then. It was a 0-0 draw. It wasn't the 0-0 draw that we had at the end of last season. It was a much more exciting 0-0 draw. Okay, one last thing before the match. I mentioned a competition. So what we are going to be doing is we're going to be renaming one of our players, and it is going to be the player at the top of this list, the first team candidate list, who is from our regen pool. And at the minute, that is Matteo Bertrand, who is a promising striker and who may well get in there. I think his acceleration and pace alongside the sort of finishing attributes does mean that maybe he will usurp Whittaker fairly quickly into being... He's already suggested to be a little bit better, and he is just getting better and better. So it is about naming this fellow, but we're not going to just do it in a simple way. No, because I don't do things simply. What we're going to do here, I want you in the comments to give me your best fake fact about a real person, and we'll be naming the player here after that real person. So it has to be a person of note. So for example, the fake fact could be that actually Graham Souness was the first man on the moon. It's the more interesting, the more weird, probably the better. The one I like the best will be who's there. So it's going to be the name of the person who the fact is about, not your own name. And we'll do this at the start of each season, I think, and I'm going to change the kind of stipulations to get some fun stories and stuff, and we'll go through them in one of the episodes. So I'll give you a couple of episodes to kind of come up with stuff, and I'll remind you in the next couple of episodes about this. But yeah, we want a fake fact about a real person in the comments. Get creative. Right then, shall we go and play standard? I think we should. Okay, this is the team we're going with. It's a slightly altered formation. We're going 2 up top. Initially, we are going to be playing Pikiga and Van Herk as our strikers. Delanoy is on the left, Nana is on the right. We're playing Jacquot alongside Robert. Robert in a ball-winning midfield role. And then the back line will be Koida, Cisse, Ponte and Mayanga with Gofan in goal. Pretty happy with this. We have only just started trying to play this 4-4-2 style formation, but... Standard are one place below us in the league currently. We're yet to beat them. Wouldn't it be bloody excellent if we could get something over them today? I would like that. I would like that muchly. Right, here we go. This will be fun. Potentially it will be fun. Otherwise it's going to be incredibly depressing. But can the superstars of Liege take... RFC Liege take one over against this standard side? We're going to start on a balanced approach. We're going to encourage them right at the beginning. Let's see what we can do. Right, Ponso with a corner early on. It's headed out. Fiteria, are they going to get the ball in, or are we going to manage to pull the ball away? We don't get onto that, but it's Bard, Shakespeare presumably at the back. Riviera, they've gone wide with that. Kostka, Fitera, it's ball in. Nicely done. It's Van Herk who's got it. He lost it though. It's disappointing. There's a chance there. Copini, and that was pretty weak. He got inside Mayanga there, which is a little bit worrisome, but nothing between the two teams at the minute. They've got a throw right on this far left side. It's Bard. Are we going to nick the ball? We do. It's Nana. Oh, and who was that? It was a chance for somebody. It was on a plate. There was nobody there. He got a good shot away, but goalkeeper straight into his arms. Disappointing. Mayanga here into Robert. Mayanga back to who's that? Ponte. Doing silly Ponte. He plays it back to the goalkeeper. Ooh, right, just sensible, mate. Just don't try and launch it. That's it. But into Ponte. Back inside to Gofan. Gofan, you go pass it. He does. He goes wide to Koida. Koida with a dreadful pass there. Tries to find the goalkeeper. Fails to find the goalkeeper. Gautier. Copinier. Bard. Hits in. Melvin Bard. They tied our defence, went inside and out, and eventually just opened enough space up. It was nicely done, I think, from them. Copini, yeah, just the right back got pulled in. It was a lovely strike. Could the goalkeeper have done better? Could he have been better positioned? Maybe on both counts there. Again, nothing between the two teams, really. They had a good shot from distance. We had a shot from pretty much the same place. We weren't able to put it away, though. We'll let them go out again. Let's see what they can do. Let's just maybe just try and get them playing a little bit wider. I'm going to play down the right side a little bit more. Do we pass into space? Let's take that off. Let's see what happens. Go wider. One thing I was going to do, I was going to take the run at defence off, just because we were losing, because Nano was losing so many balls. Maybe he'll pass a few more. I think at some point we have to go maybe attacking, not attacking, but at least positive if we're going to get anything out of this game. But there's a chance here for somebody. Let's see this highlight out and then we'll change it up to positive. They go down. It's a lovely ball. Gofan picks it up. Apologies, it looks a little bit laggy at the minute. It's nicely done. Nana. Ball into Robert. Ponte. Again, we lose the ball. Mayanga there. But it's Jacques Watt. He's picked it up. Can he play the through ball? He can. And there is the finish. There is the finish of the man that we were talking about. He has got a good finish on him. He just needs to get in the position. And I think that's probably not going to happen quite as much as it might do if he was a little bit stronger. He worked a little bit harder, but that is what we wanted. Jacques Watt through, and the goalkeeper was never ever getting there. So that is great. We are back into the match. It's 1-1. Come on, boys. Let's get through this. Right, we will, I think, make our first change. It's going to be Masec, who is going to be coming on for Delanoy. Masec will be playing as a winger on support. Are we going to get something out of the Czech player? I don't think he's an international. It looks like there's a chance here. Gofan into Ponte. It's wide to Mayanga. To Robert. That's a terrible ball. Peters. And it's well held by the goalkeeper, but that is one slight issue with him. He's a little bit lazy with the pass. One of the players who will be coming off, it's Coleman's coming on, Nanar coming off. Coleman's got a lot of pace, and actually what I think I might do in addition to that is take off Robert, who's not had a best game, and we'll bring on Mr. Saidi, who probably has got a better pass on him, and this time in the game that might be a good thing. So there's a chance here. 85 minutes on, goalkeeper clears it. Are we going to be able to find our man? It's Masec who does get the ball. Koida. Oh, he's bloody lost the ball again. Filatov of Fish. It's into Gofan, and another chance for them. They've had a few. I mean, you look at the XG, we have bossed that, but in terms of chances we've seen, is it going to be yet another draw against Standard? It is. It's certainly not a terrible result. We've played pretty well. Possession-wise, we did boss that. A few mistakes at the back. And a great finish from Pikega was very nice, a big positive. But then, yeah, attacking wise, I think we've still got a way to go. Anyway, folks, that is that. Another draw against Standard Liège. I'm pretty pleased with that. Players are pretty pleased with that, but I'd love to take that win finally. Anyway, folks, let me know your thoughts on your fake fact for a real person. Put that in the comments. Make sure you do. I want to see creative comments in there. And this is where we sit. We sit in 10th. It's not bad. We've played Standard. We have played Antwerp as well. So 2 of the better sides we have already come up against. Let's have a look who we've got to play, though, in the next few games and figure out when we're going to come back. So there's a little bit of a gap. We've got games against Cercle Bruges, which will be interesting. They have just got promoted. Eupen as well might be an interesting one. Maybe the game away against Mechelen, who were also promoted. That might be a good one to come back for. I think that is where we will come back. So away against Mechelen. Hopefully we'll be able to bring you a win. Hopefully we'll get a few good results in the intermediate time. We've got tough games against Anderlecht and Genk, and then after that we go on a little bit of an easier run with a good few home games in there, so maybe we can pick up some victories in that point. Remember, we're looking to get into that top 8 places. Let me know if you think the additions to the squad and the sort of pruning of the squad is going to do that, what you think of the new owners, all these sort of things. Anyway, folks, if you've enjoyed the episode, please hit the like button, please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.